What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name's Will Fulton. This is my C8 Corvette right behind me. And then on the other side of me, I got my first house that I ever purchased. Today, I'm gonna be talking about why I dropped out of college at 19 years old. All right, guys, I'm gonna get you a little cold start real quick. I'm not gonna be going into like the car in this video, but I can fetch and go through all the videos. But I'm gonna get inside, kind of tell you my story about how I was able to do this in 2 years. Guys, this is inside that house. So again, I know a lot of people are in a similar position to me, but yeah, I'm gonna go through my story. So I kind of wrote this out on a Google Docs, but so I have two houses that are worth over $300,000, a C8 Corvette that I bought for $94,000 after tax, and then I have a Honda Accord, which is just my gas car. So two cars, two houses. I'm 20. I started this like whole sales journey. That's what I do for work now. I do sales. I started it 2 years ago. Okay, so I was 18 when I signed for this job, and then I actually started the job 2 days before my birthday. So I was really 19 when I started this job. Yeah, so kind of about me, I grew up in a little town in Minnesota. So Minnesota is like right in the middle of the US. I was actually homeschooled until my junior year of high school. So all the way up, I had 2 years of actual high school. And what was crazy is those last 2 years of high school were COVID. So I graduated in 2021. All throughout high school, all throughout like 8th grade through 12th grade, I did track as a sport, and then I also did cross country. I'm gonna kind of get into that because it's those two sports kind of do play a big role in my success in this job, and I'll tell you why. Not because I was fast at all, actually because I was super slow. So dude, I would get last, like dead last in track. You have to go 4 times around the track for the mile, and I kid you not, probably 50% of my races I was last. The other 50 I might have been second to last or third to last. There was never a race in my time. I was never in relays. I was never in anything like that. I was always like close to last. And it was a weird thing, but I fetching got used to being like last in sports. So I never was like frustrated about it. And I'm gonna get into that and how it played such a big role in my success when I started doing sales. Work in high school, I did, let's see. So when I was 15, I became a lifeguard until I think it was like 17 or like 16, almost 17. So like 2 years I was a lifeguard in high school. I worked at Target my senior year, but really I had no special work experience. Like that was literally it. Like I got paid $11.25 an hour in being a lifeguard, and then I got paid $15 an hour working as a cashier at Target. Like that's probably what they still pay. I don't know exactly. But so I had no special work experience. I kind of always knew like there's more money out there. Like I'm seeing all these crazy guys like make all this good money. So I had it in my head. I didn't know if it was like fake or not. So I graduated high school. I knew I wanted to make good money, but I had no plans going out of high school. So I ended up flying, again, I'm in Minnesota. I got into a college in Boston. And the only reason I went there was because it was Boston University. Only reason I went there is I had financial aid there. I was only gonna be paying like $14K for the year, which is good if you look at like university and how much like they actually charge. But I get there, and dude, I signed up for the highest pay. Like I meet with my counselor. I'm like, what pays me the most? Okay, I'm in the business school here. Like the acceptance rate is like 10%. Like it's got to be a good school. Like you got to be like, show me how to make money. They're like, if you do finance, which is one of the harder degrees in business school, and information systems, which is basically all about business, you double major, which is not very common here, both of those, and you get lucky out of school and get a job, which is, it usually takes about like 60% of our people get a job in the first year. So then you got 40% that get a job in the second 2 years, okay? So I literally had a chance. If everything lined up, I finished both majors, I get a job right out of school, the highest I would be paid is $80,000 in a year, 12-month span. I was like, shoot, dude, like I cannot be doing this. So I did it though, like there was no other option. I was already in school, I was already paying. So I go through my first semester. I'm like, okay, this is like, I guess this is what I'm gonna do. I was still thinking like, I know there's something out there. I fly back home for winter break, and I'm like thinking, and I stumble upon this. Look, this is the craziest story, because I'm on Instagram and I stumble upon this like page. Like it's like this pest control company page. And I DM this guy and I'm like, hey, I'm interested in, I forget, like the ad that got me to go to the page, like said something about real estate. I was like, I'm interested in real estate is what I DM the guy. And he calls me and he's like, He's my best friend now, but he fetching calls me because we set up a time. He's like, let's talk. I get on the call and he's like, hey, so we sell pest control door to door. And I'm sitting there like, what the flip are you talking about, right? Like, get me off this call, bro. The only reason I didn't hang up the call is because I'm fetching. I'm just not rude like that. I can't hang up on people, especially when he's so chill. So, long story short, he tells me it's called door-to-door sales. Or some people refer it to as summer sales, where you go out for like 3.5 months. You can still do school the whole time. You do 3.5 months of sales in the summer where you knock on people's door, sell them pest control. Okay, so I'm like, yeah, this sounds like a good idea, right? So here's the thing. I didn't know the company. I didn't know the guy. I didn't know anybody on the team. I don't get paid anything. Like, I don't get paid any money unless I get a sale. So there's no hourly rate. I'm paying $200 a month in rent. Like, literally, like the worst thing that could, like, it could go wrong, right? So I'm like, yeah, let's fetch and do it. Right? So that was the only thing going through my head. He was a good salesman, the guy I talked to. Come to find out, he's like insane at sales, like, and that's why he got me to fetch and sign up for the job. But anyway, I fly out. So, okay, wait, go back. So I'm fetching, it's over Christmas break. And I'm like, I'm going for this job. I'm going to train my balls off, bro. Like, I'm going for this. So I literally work all spring. I have my semester. I go back to school and I just train. Okay, so then I finished finals on a fetching Thursday. It was like May 15th, and I flew out fetching May 18th to Dallas, Texas, which is where I did my first year of summer sales. It started off slow, like selling people. Like, if I knock on 100 people's door, maybe 50 people will answer, and 25 of those people can actually buy. Like, the other 25 are like the grandma, the kid, the babysitter. So 25 out of 100 doors. So I would knock on about 200 doors in a day, 200 to 250. Sometimes I would get up to 300. I'm talking to like 75 people who can buy, and I would sell maybe 1 in 100. So it would take me literally 2 days to get one person to buy. And I can break down those numbers later, but it would be on and off. Sell a day, not sell a day, sell one person. And granted, the guys when I got on the call, I was thinking, okay, I'm going to be selling 3, 4, 5, 6 accounts a day. It was slow. So basically what I'm trying to say is I get out there, all this training, it's slow. But I told myself, and I'm going back to cross country, going back to track, I would get last, and I would just fetch and I would at least keep jogging. That was my thing. I would always jog. I would never walk. In the 5, 6 years I did it, I never walked. And that was my thing when I went into door-to-door sales. I told myself, I'm never sitting on the curb. I'm never pouting. I'm never not knocking a door. If I'm out working, I'm going to be knocking on doors. Whether I'm getting smoked by these people, whether I'm getting cussed at by these people, like, I'm going to like be out here knocking. So a month in, I've maybe made, I don't know, maybe 2K. Okay, $2,000 a month in. Okay, now that might sound good to you, but the average person who sells in door-to-door sales makes $24,000 to $35,000. Okay, as a rookie. So I'm like, dude, I'm getting shafted. Like, all these rookies are smoking me. Anyway, if fetch and picks up, I go, dude, I'm gonna be here. Like, I better like work my balls off and fetch and try to get this to work because I'm gonna be here. I'm not flying home. Midway through that summer, I dropped out of school. I'm like, okay, I fetch and got to full send this. It literally switched in my head. It was like, dude, I'm gonna be here. I might as well figure out how to sell. And it switched. Boom. I'm closing people. Yeah, I'll talk to you a little bit later. Maybe can you leave your card, Will? And I'd be like, no, dude. If you want to get it, I'm here right now. Otherwise, I'm gonna get somebody else in your neighborhood. And I just started being more like confident in myself. I started closing people harder. I'd be like, dude, listen. If you want to buy from somebody else, you can go buy from somebody else. But I'm telling you right now, I'm here. Like, I got the best discount out there. Like, I promise you, pull up your phone right now, look up pest control companies near you. I'm gonna be the cheapest. I do the full yard, I do the full base, I do all the eaves. Like, I was so confident in everything I was talking about, I started selling 4, 5, 6, 7 accounts a day. Okay, so I ended as the #1 rookie in the entire sales region, which had like 400 people at the time. Okay, so that was crazy. It was a big turnaround, and if you want me to talk about that more, just leave a comment or something. But anyway, so I made $70K that year. $70,000 in my personal bank. Okay, and I'm 19 years old. It was 3.5 months of sales. Okay, I'm like, bro, this is crazy. So I like literally midway through summer, I'm like, so I get to the end of that summer, I'm like, I'm done with school. I'm not going back. I get on the call with my counselor. What are you talking about? Like, why would you quit? And I'm like, dude, I know it's your job to keep your students, but I'm done with this. I need you to send me over the paperwork. I'm canceling my contract with Boston University. And that was it. Like, I was done. Anyway, so here we go. We get into fetching the next part. Now I'm 19 years old. This was last fall. I go back to Minnesota. I'm like, I told my boys, I'm like, dude, you guys got to try this. Like, this door-to-door sales thing, bro, it's crazy. And all my buddies from back home, my younger brother, who's my best friend, he's like, dude, I'm coming out, bro. He's actually on it's called a blitz where you sell for like 2 weeks, but he's selling right now. He's a fetching dog, workaholic. Love that guy. He's going to be in vlogs too. He's starting his own channel right now, but I fetch and love my brother. Anyway, he comes out to sell. My boys come out to sell. Our team does $860,000 of 1 year pest control revenue that next year, which is this year right now. Okay. In my personal sales, I did $275 in personal sales. So I bought a C8 Corvette, which I'm gonna go take a ride home after this. I'm fetching my first house right here. And then I have another property that I just bought over in it's just down south. It's like 15 minutes from here. But I'm 20 years old. Okay. So kind of in conclusion, like what I want to say is like, dude, there's so much more out there. Like so much more out there. And my vision is like, I made these 2 steps. So 70K my first year, 200K my second year, and now I'm going into my 3rd year. Now I'm saying this for myself right now because it helps me kind of, like I said last year that I was gonna buy a C8 Corvette. Okay, let me show you really quick. So if I fetch and go, let me show you really quick. So look, if I go to stories, this is my Instagram profile. I go to literally, I don't know if you can see this all right, but I fetch and go to here. I go to archived. And then, so these are my stories. But if I scroll back to fetch in January, okay, January, look at this, check this out. April. Okay, here we go. So I scroll, okay. So these are my archived stories, but literally I scroll back to January. This is me sitting in a C8 Corvette. I fetch and went literally into the dealership and was like, where's your C8 Corvette? I acted like I was gonna buy it. And I said, let me sit in it. They didn't let me test drive because I'm fetching, I was a kid and I don't know if they actually believe me, but they let me sit in the Corvette. So that was January of this year. I had maybe 10K in my bank account and I was able to fetch in like, I don't know if it's manifestation or what it is, but I bought that. Okay, so then January 31st, I posted this on my story. And I said 2023 is my year. And it fetching was. I got what I wanted, bro. And then I scroll down a little bit. I have the first, I'm gonna put it on the screen, but I have the first video of me in my C8. Ooh. I'm telling you right now, next year, I'm gonna be buying a Lamborghini. I don't know what kind of Lamborghini yet. I'm looking right now, but I'm just saying this for myself because it pushes myself. When I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Dude, the potential in this job, like you have so much potential in this job. Thanks for watching, bro. I appreciate you guys' time. And then I'm gonna give you one more start and fetch and be out of here. Here, let me open my window. Have a good one, boys. Peace.